David Parker sat in a small, dimly lit apartment, staring at his bank balance. Just $50 left. Bills were overdue. The landlord had given him one final warning. His fridge was almost empty, and the job market wasn't in his favor. Every application he sent out either went unanswered or ended with rejection. For the first time, reality hit him hard. No one was coming to save him. That night, he lay awake, scrolling through success stories. Entrepreneurs, investors, self-made millionaires. How did they do it? What did they have that he didn't? He wasn't afraid of hard work, but he needed a plan. The next morning, David went out for coffee, his mind racing with ideas. As he waited in line at a small cafe, he noticed something. Customers were frustrated. The line was long. The few delivery drivers who came in looked exhausted. Then an idea struck him. Delivery. Big companies like Uber Eats and DoorDash were taking huge commissions from small restaurants, leaving them struggling. But what if someone could offer them a better deal? David had no money to build an app, no experience running a business, no car, just $50 and an idea. But ideas meant nothing without action. The first step, turning $50 into a business. That same day, David took $20 from his last $50 and printed flyers, offering restaurant delivery services with lower fees than the big apps. He walked into 10 restaurants, pitching himself as a local alternative. 7 of them said no, but 3 said yes. His first customer was a small, family-owned pizzeria that was struggling with high delivery fees. They gave him 5 deliveries to start. David had no car, no bike, nothing. He ran the first delivery on foot. By the end of the night, he had made $90, almost double his investment on day 1. Scaling up, the hard grind. For the next month, David worked 12 to 14-hour days, 7 days a week. His feet hurt, his back ached, but every dollar he made, he reinvested. He bought a used bicycle for $35 and he hired a friend to help with deliveries. By the second month, he was making around $3,000 per month. That's when he realized this could be bigger. Instead of keeping all the money, he hired 2 more drivers and started reaching out to more restaurants. His pitch was simple. I'll get your food delivered faster and cheaper than Uber Eats, and you'll keep more of your profits. This time, more restaurants listened. Within 3 months, he had signed up 10 restaurants. His team had 5 drivers. His small business was generating over $12,000 per month. David thought he had made it. Then disaster struck. The $10,000 mistake. One evening, David got a call that shook him. One of his drivers had been in an accident. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured, but the problem was, David had no business insurance. The restaurant pulled out. His best driver quit. Customers started canceling orders. Everything started collapsing overnight. David was back to square one. For the first time since he started, doubt crept in. Maybe this was a stupid idea. Maybe he wasn't meant to be successful. But then he remembered something he had read in a book about successful entrepreneurs. Every failure is just a lesson. So instead of quitting, he pivoted. The risk that changed everything. David took his last remaining cash and did something crazy. He hired a lawyer for $500. He registered his business properly, got insurance, and made his company official. Then he cold called an investor, someone he had met while making deliveries. He pitched his idea. a delivery service that charges restaurants lower fees, pays drivers better, and delivers food faster than Uber Eats. The investor listened, asked a few questions. Then he wrote a check for $50,000. David had turned his $50 gamble into a real business. Tals. The breakthrough from local hustle to national business. With the investment, David built a basic app, hired 10 drivers, and expanded to 2 more cities. Within a year, 50 restaurants who had signed up. Within 3 years, his business was making $2.5 million per year. And by year 5, a major food delivery company acquired his startup for $15 million. Chatol. The lesson: no one starts with everything. David didn't have money. He didn't have experience. He had $50 and an idea. But while most people waited for the perfect time to start, David took action. He failed. He made mistakes. But he kept going. And that's why he won. So the question is, what's stopping you?